तू मराठी आहेस का? मी paratha आहे. DC or Marvel? I have to say run around the yard naked. You have sex in the stacks. Namaste everyone, this is Avanti, and today I'm going to be answering some questions that y'all have asked on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much for sending in these questions. Some of them are really thought-provoking and deep, so I'm going to try to incorporate those into future videos if possible. But let's get right into it. So this question has come in multiple forms. When did you lose your V card? Are you a virgin? Etc. I was 19 and yes, I have lost my V card, but I don't really like that framing. I think that, choosing to be sexually active is a choice, and for me personally, I needed to feel like I was very sure of the person I was with, of the partner I was with, and I felt like I was in love with them. But if you are somebody who wants to, be more casual about it, or if you're someone who wants to wait till marriage, or whatever your framework might be, it's totally okay. It's your choice, it's your body. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to wait till a certain time or that you don't have to wait till a certain time. Don't let anybody pressure you either way. My answer is yes, but that's my advice, if you want to take it. What was your score in 10th and 12th grade? I don't remember my exact percentages, but it was, I think, around 97 point something. I don't know what the point something was, but it was about 97 for both 10th and 12th, and I did ICSE and ISC. So this question has come up a lot. How did you tell your parents about your boyfriend? So Steven and I have been together now 4 years, and when I initially told them, we started dating very early into my, my first couple months of my freshman year, my first year. I wasn't really allowed to date in high school, or my parents didn't encourage that, and so my first real dating experience was in college. I had crushes before and almost relationships, but never anything meaningful. And I told them pretty early on. I told them right after we'd gone on a couple dates, because I didn't want them to find out from someone else and I didn't want to hide it. And initially they were happy because they'd actually met him super briefly and they liked him. It took a while for them to be completely okay with it, but I'm really grateful that they are now, and I'll share that whole journey soon in a more elaborate form. I love this. So this question is, how to recover from a friendship breakup, and did you experience it? Yes, I have. I think it's just natural sometimes, kabhi you have childhood friends you're not close to anymore, or whoever. It's really hard because you share so much of yourself with friends, but I think recognizing that everybody changes and grows, and sometimes the way in which you grow is not at the same pace as somebody else, so you're naturally not always going to feel like you're growing with all of your friends, and that's okay. It's hard, but I think if you are able to leave a friendship that is not healthy for you in a respectful manner, where you'll have a deep respect for the other person, but that that's not in your energy vibe right now, the short answer to that is it sucks, but it gets much better. And it's important, in my opinion, to surround yourself with people, friends, family, whoever, whose energy you match with, because bad energy can really throw you out of whack. What is your younger brother currently doing? My younger brother is 19. He is also at Harvard actually, and he's just started his second year. He's studying CS. Wow, so this person has come up with a rapid fire for me, which is awesome. Number 1, DC or Marvel? I have to say Marvel. I don't really have a clear answer to this. Harry Potter or GOT? Harry Potter. Singing or dancing? Singing for sure. Mumbai or Boston? I lived half my life between the two, but I'd have to say, if I really had to choose, Mumbai. And number 5, Pani Puri or Vada Pav? Pani Puri for sure. I don't like fried things, but I can't handle tikha, I can't eat spicy food, so Pani wala Pani Puri, not the tikha Pani wala Pani Puri, basically. Did you have any bad or embarrassing dating experience? So, the only person I've actually ever dated is Steven in a meaningful way. That being said, a lot of my friends are guys, and I have a brother, so I've dealt with interesting experiences and friendship and all of that. I would say I had really weird experiences when I was in my mid-teens with guys just not knowing their boundaries and thinking that they can come and ask you out when you're clearly not interested, or for lack of a better word, stalk you. And so I would say those have been my bad experiences. Beyond that, not really, because I've only really had one person I've dated meaningfully, but I definitely have dealt with interesting characters. Let me say that. What is the craziest thing you've done in your college life? So I don't drink or party or any of that, so I haven't had the crazy things you might have seen on TV. But Harvard has a few traditions you're supposed to do to graduate. I'll name all of them. I won't tell you which one I've done, but I've done one of them. So the 4 traditions are: the night before finals, you run around the yard naked. You have sex in the stacks, which is the library. Widener Library is one of the biggest libraries, but it's so quiet that if you drop a pin, you can hear that. So you can imagine how hard that one is. Then the third one is peeing on John Harvard's statue, like the foot. And the fourth is jumping off a bridge into the water. So I won't tell you which one I did, but I've done one of them. You can guess if you want to. What is your height? I am 5 feet 4 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but I'm gonna put that here. What is your favorite book? I don't have a favorite book, but one book that I remember reading when I was a teenager was a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. And there was just something about the way in which it was written. It was really humorous and fun, but also very practical. I really enjoyed that. And another book is a book called Secret, which is just this idea that when you put something out into the world, it comes back to you. So the fact that, the universe has energy and vibration. So definitely recommend those 2 books. How do you make long distance work? It's so hard, but we'll probably make a video on it soon to explain. But I think it just takes, it takes immense trust. It works, in my opinion, if both partners are equally busy or equally not busy. क्योंकि अगर एक इंसान, like if one person is very busy and the other one's not, they'll always want attention, and vice versa. You just have to feel like you have that trust and develop really healthy communication skills while you're doing it. Who is your number one inspiration aside from your parents? So my Guruji, I trained in Hindustani classical for many years, and my Guruji, unka naam hai Dr. Prabhatre, and she's amazing. She's 88 almost and killing it. She also has a law degree, and she's been an Indian classical legend for so many years. She's a real inspiration of mine, as not just as a musician and an artist, but as someone who has lived a life full of purpose and meaning. She's so kind, so supportive. I'm one of her youngest students, but she's always been really supportive of my own experimentation with the form and has never really boxed into anything. Also, she's so savvy. She'll always want to learn new things, and she's very open to ideas, so she's really one of my inspirations. When is your birthday, and do you believe in zodiac signs? My birthday is July 23rd. I was born in 1997, and I'm a Cancer Leo cusp. I don't necessarily believe in zodiac signs in that I think that they really define your personality. I think they're interesting, but I take them with a pinch of salt. What is something new that you've tried during the pandemic? I've had to be my own recording engineer, editor, vocal editor, and all of these different things, so definitely upskilled in a lot of ways. Beyond that, have tried cooking a little bit more than I used to, which I've enjoyed. And I've developed more of a healthy exercise routine. I'm usually very fit, but I tore my ligament in my knee, so I've had to develop more patience and sthirta and kind of understand that my body is going to take time to heal. So that's the new thing. Your most embarrassing moment? I can't think of anything in the recent past, but if I think back to when I was very young, I used to have this thing with my dad where if I'd see him somewhere, I don't know why I would do this, I think like 4 or 5, I would stick my head underneath his shirt, so where his back is, and I would just go run up to him and stick my head underneath his shirt. And I remember we were standing somewhere, I think we were in some event hall or maybe on a boat or something, I don't know what it was, but I saw someone who was wearing a white shirt like my dad, thought it was my dad, and I go up there and I stick my head under his shirt. They just happened to be wearing the same shirt, so I remember feeling so embarrassed. Also being like, I didn't recognize the back, you know, because this back had like a lot of hair and random stuff, so I was like, what is going on? And this uncle was like, what is going on? So I definitely felt very embarrassed, but in the recent past I can't really think of anything. Someone's saying, "Tu Marathi ahes ka?" Me Paratha ahe. My mom is Punjabi, my dad is Maratha, so I'm a Paratha. Me Marathi nahi bolu shakat, but I can understand it, and hopefully we'll pick up some more phrases. Maybe I'll do a Marathi video with my grandma, with my auntie, so we'll see. And then yes, many of you asked when she's coming back. She's definitely coming back to the channel very soon. What's your favorite cuisine? So honestly, I just really love hamara ghar ka khana, you know, roti, sabzi, dal, etc. I'm pretty hearty and simple that way. If I had to go to a restaurant, my first option would most usually be an Asian restaurant, because I really like fresh vegetables, stir fry, things like that. So, you know, ghar ka khana and some Asian food basically. Okay, so there's been a lot of questions about how did you manage your studies with music and YouTube, or, you know, professional career with everything. I will make a video on time management soon, but my simple answer is, I think if you really love something, you'll always make time for it. It's just a question of how to be more efficient with it. So I'll definitely make a video on time management soon. What makes you feel special about yourself? An exceptional feeling that you have which makes you believe you can change the world. You know, I think we all have that potential, and a lot of us think to change the world we have to have huge impact. I think if you're able to have an impact on one person, you are changing the world. You're changing someone's world, and I think each and every single one of us has a voice, has a story that deserves to be told and deserves to be shared. I think to answer your question more directly, I recognize a lot of privileges I've been given in life. You know, I've had exposure in a way that a lot of people haven't. I have had a lot of opportunities that people haven't, and I almost feel a sense of responsibility and duty to give back, given the fact that I've had these, and to use my platform and my voice for good, because not everyone's as lucky. So if I can share a little bit of knowledge, if I can share a little bit of feeling, you know, if something I say or sing or whatever has the ability to touch somebody in whatever way, that to me is gold. And in terms of qualities, I mean, I just know that I work extremely hard no matter what it is that I do. So that nobody can take away from me. There's many things out of my control, luck, resources, factors, you know, right time, right place, but the thing that is in my control is the amount of work I put into something. So that I think is always there for me. So yeah, that's it for today. There were many other questions. Sorry I couldn't get to all of them, but thank you so much for sending them in. And if you want a part 2, let me know in the comments below. And feel free to leave any other questions in the comments too. I'll try to answer them directly or in a new video. And let me know what else you'd like to see. I have a bunch of tricks and surprises up my sleeve, but if this video gets 2,000 likes, I will reveal a new secret. So let me know if you want to hear that. But regardless, thank you so much for being part of the fam. Sending so much love to all of you, and thank you so much.